ICT YouTube channel, Department of ICT Philippines. This is in compliance with Section 38 of Republic Act number 12009. Madam Chair, we will now present the agenda for today's meeting with your permission.
Okay, please present.
Shown on the screen is the agenda for today's meeting. We have one lone item, which is the pre-bid conference of provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, PIALEOS, in public schools with an approved budget of the contract of 241,741,290 pesos, with the end user being Director Navarro of Republic Internet Access Program, with a target action of for bid clarifications and issuances of supplemental bid bulletin, if any. With this po, may we request the approval of the presented agenda, please?
Move to approve today's agenda, Madam Chair.
I second the motion,
Second the
Madam
motion.
Chair.
Thank you. Agenda approved. Accept, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much po to the back members. With this po, may we now also request the other technical working group members, the other end user representative, and the prospective bidders to be admitted here in the meeting call.
Okay, please admit.
Good morning, Paul. We would like to inform everyone that Good morning. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of the technical working group members, the other end user representatives, and the prospective bidders. And we would like to inform everyone that pursuant to the management directives and in the interest of promoting transparency, this meeting will be streamed live on the official DICT YouTube channel, Department of ICT Philippines. This is in compliance with Section 38 of Republic Act number 12009. And for today's pre-bid conference, we would like to inform the body that we have 5 prospective bidders who have expressed their interest in participating for this project. First, we have Clark Network and Technology Corporation, Infinivan Incorporated, TP-Link, I1 Resources, and Revolve. May we know if there are any companies that haven't been mentioned? Okay po. Hearing none, with the permission of our chairperson, we will now proceed with the presentation of the project. May we now call Mr. Baldelivar, please. Thank you po.
Okay, please present. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Again, welcome to our pre-bid conference. Today is August 2026. Again, good morning, everyone po. Welcome to our pre-bid conference. Today is August 2026. The DICT now invites bids for the project provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites or PIALEOS in public schools with bid reference numbers DICT BAC 2026-061-A to C with an approved budget for the contract of 241,741,290. Again, for the approved budget for the contract po, for Lot A, amounting to 106,353,450. For Lot B, 48,975,360. For Lot C, 86,412,480. And for all the lots, amounting to 241,741,290. For the project details, the invitation to bid for the project was posted on August 12, 2026 on the following: MPhilJEP's website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, the ICT e-bulletin board, and the ICT's official Facebook page. The invitation to observers for the pre-bid conference were sent on August 13, 2026 to the following: Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Fields Inc., and Philippine Computer Society. For the points of discussion, project details, house rules, invitation to bid, instruction to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, sealing and marking of bids, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and reminders to bidders. The provisional member and user representative to the DICT BAC 2 is, for this project, is Director Edgar Navarro. Now, the prospective bidders which registered for today's pre-bid conference, we have 5 po. First, from Comclark Network and Technology Corp, Infiniban Inc., TP-Link Philippines Limited Corporation, Revolve Solutions Inc., and I1 Resources Inc. For the house rules, everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question, and limit questions to details of the procurement at hand. Now, for the invitation to bid, the DICT BAC 2 shall award the contract to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB. For the instructions to bidders, the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or IB by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Now, for the corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices, the procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They or through an agent shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Next, for the conflict of interest, all bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand, without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. All bidding documents shall be accompanied by an omnibus sworn statement of the bidder that it is not related by consanguinity or affinity up to the third level to the whole procurement agent if engaged, the head of the project management office or PMO, the end user or implementing unit, or any members of the Bids and Awards Committee or BAC, Technical Working Group or TWG, and BAC Secretariat. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Failure to comply shall be a ground for the automatic disqualification of the bid in consonance with Section 59 of the IRR. For the eligible bidders, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership, limited to those allowed under the rules, may participate in this project. Next, GOCCs may be eligible to participate only if they can establish that they are legally and financially autonomous, operate under commercial law, and are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. Next, the bidder must have completed within a period of 5 years from the submission of the bid a single largest completed contract or SLCC that it that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA consumer price indices. Next, the bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. Subcontracting is not allowed. Clarification and amendment of bidding documents. Requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at bac.secretariat@dact.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on August 22, 2026, 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilJEP's website, the DICT website, DICT official Facebook page, and DICT e-bulletin board at DICT Lab. For the language of bids, the eligibility requirements or statements, the bids, and all other documents to be submitted to the BAC must be in English. If the eligibility requirements or statements, the bids, and all other documents submitted to the BAC are in foreign language other than English, it must be accompanied by a translation of the documents in English. For contracting parties to the Apostille Convention, the documents shall be authenticated through an apostille by the competent authority as defined in Section 20.9.2 of the IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization or red ribbon by the relevant embassy or consulate. For the checklist of technical and financial documents, first, technical component envelope. Now, under technical component envelope, first is the PhilJEP's Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership. Next, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract, end users acceptance, official receipt, sales invoice for the contract. Next, NFCC computation or committed line of credit or LOC. Next, statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Next, if applicable, joint venture agreement or JVA, or in the absence of a JVA, duly notarized statements from all the potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Next, original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Note, bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Next, schedule of requirements. Next, technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after-sales service or parts, if applicable. For this project of value-added service license, the bidder must submit a valid and current certificate of registration or COR issued by the National Telecommunications Commission or NTC as a value-added service provider, authorizing the bidder to offer internet access services, manage ICT services, and manage infrastructure services through a duly accredited satellite service provider of operator or SSPO. Next, in lieu of In lieu of the value-added service license, the service provider may submit at least one of the following. First, a certificate of public convenience and necessity. The service provider to submit a certification from NTC that certifies the service provider is authorized to operate and maintain a nationwide wired and wireless broadband network in the Philippines and to offer broadband communication services and other ancillary services. Next, Tier 1 Internet Service Provider or ISP certification. The service provider is to submit a certification from the NTC stating that they are authorized to establish, install, operate, and maintain a nationwide wired and wireless broadband network in the Philippines and offer national and international broadband communication services. Next, brochure or data sheet indicating technical specifications and features of the following customer premise equipment. Number one, Leo satellite terminal. Next, outdoor access point, outdoor AP. Next, indoor access point or indoor AP. Next, branch router or switch. Next, data communication box, uninterruptible power supply or UPS, and power distribution unit or PDU. Next po, furthermore, in the case of a joint venture, at least one entity must be registered as a value-added service provider and an internet service provider. Next, the service provider must submit ISO 27001 or the Information Security, Cybersecurity and Privacy Protection Certification. Next po, for joint ventures or partnerships, at least the primary internet service provider or principal technology provider must possess the ISO 27001 certification. Next po, the bidder must submit documentary evidence proving its status as an authorized reseller of LEO satellite systems certified by the manufacturer. Next, the service provider must submit a list of key personnel who will be assigned to the project. This list must include at least one licensed electronics engineer and technical staff, both with prior experience in implementing similar communications projects. Proof of qualifications and credentials shall be submitted consisting of a valid Professional Regulation Commission or PRC ID for licensed professionals and or an official certification of employment or engagement from the employer for technical staff attesting to their relevant experience. Next po under under technical component envelope, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. And lastly, for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. Next po, under financial documents envelope, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, and certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. For bid and payment currency, payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. For the bid price, use the proper form of goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. For the bid validity, bids shall remain valid for the period specified in the BDS, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. For the bid security, all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and the amount stated in the BDS. For the format and signing of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in Section 8 Philippine Bidding Document Related Forms on or before the deadline specified in ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes. Forms, as mentioned in the ITB Clause 17.1, must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the price schedule under Section 8, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. For the sealing and marking of bids, this is the illustration for bid, technical component, original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy for the financial component, financial component, original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. Also under for the sealing and marking of bids, to Department of Information and Communications Technology, from the name of the bidder in capital letters, the address of the bidder also in capital letters. For the project, provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites or PIALEOS in public schools with bid reference number DICT BAC-2026 061 A to C. In capital letters, indicate the phrase, do not open before September 1, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. For the copies, each bidder shall submit one original and 2 copies of the required documents. Of bids is on September 1, 2026 at 12 noon, and the opening of bids is on September 1, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. For the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009, to wit, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes such as, but not limited to, value-added tax or VAT, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, secretariat, and TWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. For the opening and preliminary examination of bids, the manner of opening of the bids for goods shall depend on the award criterion to be adopted for this project. For LCRB, the BAC shall open the technical and financial proposals on the same day. Now, under bid data sheet, contracts similar to the project shall be similar in nature, shall mean contracts pertaining to supply, installation, configuration, commissioning, management, maintenance, and support of nationwide coverage of low Earth orbit satellite internet system. Completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids, a single largest completed contract that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value, adjusted to the current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority consumer price indices, must be at least 50% of the ABC. Next po, the bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. For lot 1, amounting to 5,317,672.50. Form of bid security, cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, and surety bond. For lot 2, amounting to 2,448,768. For Lot 3, amounting to 4,320,624. And for all the lots, amounting to 12,087,064.50 centavos. For the post-qualification documents, the bidder within 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the BAC that it submitted the LCB, MEAB, or MAB shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJAP Certificate of Registration, Platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. For the forms, schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement, performance securing declaration. This is the form for the bid form for procurement of goods. For the price schedule for goods, price schedule for goods from abroad, bid securing declaration form, the omnibus sworn statement form, and Section 6, schedule of requirements. For item 1, description, provision of internet access via low Earth orbit satellites or PIALEOS in public schools, Lot A, Luzon, with a total amount of 106,353,450. For item number 2, Lot B, Visayas, amounting to 48,975,360. Item number 3, Lot C, Mindanao, amounting to 86,412,480. And the delivery schedule for all the item numbers po, the delivery and installation, including testing and acceptance at all locations in the contract, must be completed within 60 calendar days upon receipt of the notice to proceed. The service duration will be for 360 calendar days. All sites activated and subsequently accepted will be paid in accordance with the payment schedule. All undelivered sites under the contract that lapse the 60-day installation and delivery schedule will be subjected to liquidated damages. In the event that the undelivered sites have been activated and subsequently accepted on any day of the 360-day subscription period, payment will only be made for the duration of actual site acceptance until the end of the contract, subject to the provisions of liquidated damages. Reminders to bidders. The clock at the 19th floor, Studio 7, using the Philippine Standard Time, is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the BAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at 19th floor, Studio 7 lobby, and shall stamp these as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety in place, and processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the BAC Secretariat. Again, requests for clarifications should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at bac.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on August 22, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilJEP's website, the DICT website, DICT official Facebook page, and e-bulletin board at DICT Lab. For the common causes of ineligibility and disqualification, First, invalid field job certification and underlying supporting documents. Pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 or IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the field jobs registration certificate, platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their field jobs registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Next, failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of single largest completed contract, similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Next, submission of unsigned documents. Next, submission of audited financial statement without stamp received of the BIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through electronic filing and payment system or EFPS, there is no need for the stamp receipt of the BIR. Instead, bidders must submit their proof of AFS e-submission, namely BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns or documents with its filing reference number and or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Next, failure to submit bid securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement without a jurat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Next, failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the Back Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any personnel or staff aside from the authorized Back Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized Back Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder. For the eProc video guide for bidders.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions. And click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration. Check your inbox and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
For the technical specifications po, that is all po pala from the back secretary.
Thank you po, Mr. Baldalovar. Madam Chair, next will be the presentation of the technical specifications. But before we proceed, may we confirm with the prospective bidders if they have thoroughly reviewed the bidding documents, particularly the technical specifications posted on the modernized PhilJEPS and the ICT website? If all the bidders confirm and there are no objections, may we request the guidance of the back members on dispensing with the reading of the technical specifications and proceed directly to the clarifications or questions from the prospective bidders, if any?
Yeah, please proceed with the questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much po, Madam Chair. To our prospective bidders, you may now raise your clarifications. And we would like to gently remind the prospective bidders to kindly state your name and the company you are representing. And for ease of reference, if applicable, please also state the item number or page number of the specification or item you are referring to. Thank you po. For our prospective bidders, you may click the raise hand button if you have any clarifications. Thank you. Yes po, Ms. Penaroyo.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Caprente, representing Revolve Solutions. I would like to confirm whether a separate mother envelope is required for each lot, or it would be acceptable to submit one mother envelope covering all lots.
Good morning po. Again, this is to confirm po that yes po, the bidder may submit one mother envelope containing the bid documents for all lots being participated in, provided that the documents for each lot are properly segregated, labeled, and the financial proposals are separately identified for each lot po, ma'am.
Noted po. Thank you. That's all po. I will just submit my query in writing for further clarification. Thank you.
This is noted po, ma'am. Are there any more clarifications from the... yes po, Mr. Neil.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning. This is Neil from Infinivan. Regarding the delivery lead time of 60 days, maybe we request if it's possible to relax the delivery lead time from 60 calendar days to 90 to 120 calendar days to provide sufficient time for equipment ordering, availability, and delivery, especially for items that may require importation.
May we refer the question of Mr. Neil to the end user, please?
Nationwide din po kasi ito.
If I may po, Madam Chair. To answer your question po, sir, we will detail that through the SBB na lang po. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more clarifications po that prospective bidders wish to raise? Okay, we would just like to confirm po for the prospective bidders present. From Comclark Network and Technology Corporation, we would like to confirm po if there are no more clarifications we wish to raise po.
Hi, this is Chess Stasha from Comclark Network and Technology Corporation. We don't have any questions as of the moment, but we will send a formal letter once we have any queries. Thank you.
Noted po, ma'am. Thank you po. How about from Infinivan Incorporated? Hearing none, how about from TP-Link po? Any representatives?
Sir, we'll send it via letter.
Noted po. Thank you. From I1 Resources po.
No question, sir. As of the moment.
Thank you po. So hearing no other clarifications po, we would like to inform everyone that all clarifications will be reflected in the SBB that will be issued by the BAC Secretariat. And since there are no other clarifications from the prospective bidders, we will now present the final reminders to our prospective bidders. Maybe Mr. Baldeovar, please.
For the final reminders to bidders, requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at bac.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on August 22, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilGEM's website, the DICT website, the DICT official Facebook page, and e-bulletin board at DICT Lab. That's all. Thank you po.
Thank you po, Mr. Baldeovar. And again, we would like to remind everyone that our prospective bidders that all clarifications will be reflected in the SBB that will be issued by the BAC through its secretariat. And Madam Chair, that is all from the BAC Secretariat. You may now suspend this meeting. Sorry, Madam Chair, you may now adjourn this meeting.
Okay, thank you. May I hear a motion from the document, please?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Second the motion.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Thank you for all.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.